that I was sharing with you. You met him. Some of you met him at the Congress.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So I want to read a few things. Will you miss some of these things? Yes. Will you get a little bored maybe on some? Maybe. But I want you to show you how we have lost the importance of this gathering, delivering, and victorious tool. Even Messianics use it at conferences, but they don't use it in their daily lives. As a victory, as a tool, as a sword of the Ruach. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
Okay, so I'm going to read to you from page 34. In this book, The Cry of the Watchman. Now listen to this. Talking about kings and priests. Now I'm going to be reading to you from the Dead Sea Scrolls. What were found in the Dead Sea Scrolls, Daryl? Lost scrolls, old scrolls like Isaiah, Jeremiah, right?
Right.
But also the community conduct of the Qumran community that lived in Qumran. Okay? The rules of Israelite conduct and life. So not just the word of Yahweh in lost scrolls, old scrolls, the oldest manuscripts, but a lifestyle of how they lived and conducted themselves as Israel. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
Now listen to how they use the shofar, and then ask yourself, even we as Nazarene Israelite believers, do we use the shofar, or do we neglect the shofar? We just use it when we come on Shabbat. Remember what I told you about the apartment with Daryl and with Governor? When we got the apartment, we signed the lease. As soon as I blew the shofar, he called, and there was a lease that was faxed to us. So it's there for us to use. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
When the battle lines are arrayed against the enemy, okay, battle line against battle line, there shall go forth from the middle opening into the gap between the battle lines 7 priests of the sons of Aaron. You have to be a priest to sound the shofar. We are Kohanim in the order of Melchizedek, dressed in fine white garments, a linen tunic and breeches, girded with a linen sash of twined fine line, violet, purple, and crimson, and a varicolored design, the work of a skillful workman, decorated caps on their heads, the garments for battle. They shall not take them into the sanctuary. The one priest shall walk before all the men of the battle to encourage them for battle. In the hands of the remaining 6 priests shall be the shofars of the assembly. You getting this?
Yes.
The shofars of memorial, the shofars of alarm, the shofars of pursuit, and the shofars of reassembly. They had 7 classifications, primary classifications, on how the shofar was to be used in Israel. You getting this?
Oh, yes.
7 different classifications. They didn't just blow. They didn't just blow. They wanted to know what company you were blowing with. You were assigned a company as a priest and a Kohen in Israel. What company, what authority you were blowing with and for. When the priests go out into the gap between battle lines, 7 Levites will go out with them. In their hands shall be 7 shofars of ram's horns. 3 officers from among the Levites shall walk before the priests and the Levites. The priest shall blow the 2 shofars of assembly, of battle upon the 50 shields. And 50 infantrymen shall go out from one gate. With each battle line they will go out. The shofars shall blow continually to direct the sling men until they have completed hurling slings 7 times.
Wow.
Afterwards the priest shall blow on the shofars of return to bring the boys back. And they shall go alongside of the first battle to take their position. The priest shall blow on the shofars of assembly, and the 3 divisions of infantry will gather, go out of the gates, and stand between the battle lines. And beside them the cavalrymen at their right and at their left. Then begin this. The priest shall blow on their shofars, a level note, signals for the order of battle. And the columns shall be deployed into their formations, each to his position. When they have positioned themselves in 3 formations, the priest shall blow for them a second signal, a low legato note, signals to advance, until they draw near to the battle line of the enemy and take hold of their weapons. Then the priest will blow on 6 shofars of the slain a sharp staccato, not to direct the battle. And the Levites and all the people with ram's horns shall blow a great battle alarm together in order to melt the heart of the enemy. When the sound of the alarm, the battle darts shall fly out to bring down the slain. Then the sound of the ram's horn shall be quiet. But on the shofars of the priests they shall continue to blow a sharp staccato note to direct the signals of battle until they have hurled 7 times. Afterwards, the priest shall blow for them on the shofars of retreat, meaning to come back. And they shall take their stand in their positions in the battle line, and shall take up the position of the slain. And all the people with ram's horns shall blow a very loud battle alarm. As the sound goes out, their hands shall begin to bring down the slain, and all the people shall quiet the sound of alarm. But the priest shall continue sounding the shofars of the slain, to direct the fighting until the enemy is defeated and turns in retreat.
Amen.
The priest shall blow the alarm to direct the battle, and when they have been defeated before them, the priest shall blow the shofars of the assembly. And all the infantry shall go out to them from the midst of the front battle lines and stand in 6 divisions, in addition to the division which is engaged in battle. Altogether 7 battle lines, 28,000 soldiers, 6,000 horsemen. All these shall pursue in order to destroy the enemy in Yahweh's battle. A total annihilation of the enemy. Dead Sea Scrolls, pages 157 to 159. Are you getting this?
Oh, yeah.
The military didn't direct the battle. Yahweh did through the blowing of shofars. When to come home, when to attack, when to retreat, when to bury the slain. And the different sounds of the shofar directed the battle. You know why? Because as Israel, the battle is Yahweh's. It's not ours. Zechariah 4:6. Not by human might, not by human power, but by my Ruach, says Yahweh. This is unbelievable. This is how we live. This is how our people lived. We didn't just blow the shofar. Woo! Sounds great, man. Now we're Jewish. Now we're really Jewish. No. Every step was ordered by Yahweh through the blowing of the different kinds of shofars at different times. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Now, we're talking about the Qumran community, which was a sect of Israelites who went into the desert because they wanted to escape the corruption of the high priests and those who ran the temple. So now we come to the address of the chief priest. When you approach the battle, the priest shall stand and speak to the people and say, "Hear, O Israel, Shema Yisrael, you are approaching the battle against your enemies today. Do not be afraid or faint-hearted. Do not tremble or be terrified because of your enemies. For your Elohim goes with you to fight for you against your enemies and to save you. Our officers shall speak to those prepared for battle, those willing of heart, to strengthen them by the might of Yahweh, to turn back all who have lost heart, and to strengthen the valiant warriors together. They shall recount what you spoke by the hand of Moses, saying, when there is a war in your land against the adversary who attacks you, you shall sound an alarm with the shofars, that you might be remembered before your Elohim and be saved from your enemies." So we see in the address of the chief priest to the armies of Israel, number 1, he said, do not be afraid or faint-hearted. Number 2, do not tremble or be terrified. Your Elohim goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to save you, and be of good courage. Meaning we're all Yahweh's kings. We're all Yahweh's priests. Amen?
Amen.
Because Yahweh goes before us to save us and to deliver us. Don't be fearful. Don't be faint-hearted. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
Now, there's descriptions of the different kinds of shofars. This is fascinating. Number 1, the rule of the shofars. The shofars of the alarm for all their service, for the commissioned men by tens of thousands and thousands, and hundreds and fifties and tens, upon the shofars of battle, of the battle formations, the shofars for assembling the men when at the gates of the war, when the gates of war are open, so that the mighty infantry might advance. The shofars for the signal of the slain, the shofars of the ambush, Hmm.